Remember Patreon, the PayPal.
Yeah, we're live now, Harry.
Lucy's what?
We're live now.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are. I'm not joking. We are actually live right now.
You're not, because you need the proper intro music.
What? Like, you're so demanding. You're so demanding.
Someone commented before saying that it was crap not having the intro music. It's called Battle of the Kings. In fact, you put some weird dubstep shit on if you want.
You want to put me some weird dubstep shit on right now?
Also, I don't care about language.
Well, well, well. Looks like we have started, Harry.
Yeah.
That's right. Mr. Iron Man over there.
Mr. Slippery.
Tiger.
Creature.
Tiger.
So, are you excited, Phil?
I am very excited. Today, on our agenda...
You don't sound very excited, Phil.
Gonna be excited. Yeah? That's right. So, later on, guys, welcome to the stream, anyway. Welcome to Squeak, the Stormberman. Welcome to Warkogi. Think we saw Underdog earlier as well.
Underdog actually saw you on Friday in GW buying Lucy's gifts.
Did he actually? Why didn't you say something?
Yes, he did. Well, I asked him that.
Why didn't you say something?
Not to bother you. Barry,
what do you mean, not to bother me?
Go out and stalk him.
Not to bother me, bastard. I mean, so there's 6 people watching right now. And it won't be me and Harry for the rest of the stream. We will be having a special guest later. Harry doesn't even know about it.
No, I don't.
So
I got stuck at work. I'm fed up, and I've come home. I need to edit. I need to live stream. I need to do lots of stuff.
So yeah, so you might see a little bit of mixing about here when the person does come on, maybe changing the camera positioning. This guy is a YouTuber, and
it's not Mikey, is it?
Shut up, Harry. This guy is a YouTuber. He is, in retrospective, well known in the community. He is very erratic. And you have seen him on the channel.
So it's done.
You will see him in the future. Don't know how soon though. We'll have to find out about that. But yeah, he'll bring the comedy. So
again.
What?
You have to say that again. The internet keeps dropping.
Is the thing stopped?
It's very slow. I think my internet must be bad, but I'm hardwired, so.
Hold on, check. I'll make sure everything's going okay. Let's check.
I know what the issue is.
What's the issue?
The issue is I'm copying stuff from my memory card to my hard drive.
What are you doing, Harry?
I'm going to temporarily turn my camera off just to save a little bit of RAM, but you can still hear us. Just till it's done.
So Harry is doing crap that is harming the stream right now. Well done, Harry. Well done. So, but we are going to be talking about the new TYRANIDS. I spent a lot of my saved up money since Shield of Baal ready for these new TYRANIDS coming out. And I don't regret it. I don't regret it one bit. But should be really awesome. And then we're going to be talking about how I'm changing a colour scheme for one of my armies. So that's going to be pretty awesome. How you doing, Jono? Doing alright? And then we're going to talk about what's next at 40k. There's been 3 new codexes been announced. So we're going to speculate about them, which is Dark Angels, Blood Angels, and Demons. So we don't have a Dark Angels player. The closest we've got is Boxy, and you haven't seen him since Gal. So that's a pretty long time ago. If anyone remembers that battle report, that was just really long time ago.
Blood Angels versus Dark Angels. And
yeah.
He is penciled in for the rematch.
Oh, he is as well, is he?
Oh, he is.
Oh! And then we'll have the Blood Angels. Harry's going to talk about that, about the rumours he's heard, and what he's planning on doing his Blood Angel army before the release. And then 2018, kicking off the year, is the Chaos Demons. So you'll bet your bottom dollar you'll see the Khorne Demons, the Tzeentch Demons, and the Nurgle Demons. Unsure about the Slaanesh Demons because that's sort of Graham's side. I don't know whether my Slaanesh army will be up and ready by then. But you will see a whole variety of different demon armies. So that's pretty good. And then pretty big, Now, I don't think these rumors are true because it only came out as soon as it was revealed that Dark Angels were coming. That Lionel Johnson rumors and the Unforgiven, stuff like that. There was a lot of like rules rumors. If the Lionel's rumors are true, he's actually going to be better than Gulliman, which is going to hurt. However,
212 has actually came out today and said that they were all false.
Oh, well, there we go. But we did get a picture of the lion's sword and his arm, so it does look like it is the lion that's coming. So if people haven't seen that picture,
quite possibly. But before we start all of that, though, we've got a couple of announcements.
Well, I haven't finished the agenda, Harry. I haven't finished the agenda, though. So quickly, what else for G-Dubs? We do know about Necromunda, Shadespire, but also they talked about chapter approved coming later as well. Oh, the streams just went down, Harry. Oh, stream resumed. Oh, the stream's going crazy, Harry. What are you doing on your laptop, Harry?
I'm not.
I mean, not your laptop, your computer. It's saying that the stream's going down and stuff like that. YouTube is...
I'll tell you what. There, stop copying everything for you.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Hopefully, if you guys can send in the chat there to see whether we're doing okay. But we do know that Chapter Pro is supposed to come out before Christmas. So I wonder when that's going to happen. And then we're seeing that the big army boxes. I think right now we've got the Tyranid army box that's on pre-order, the Admech, the Necrons, and something else, which are all sort of around the 100 mark. Death Watch is there as well. I know the Necrons is 150 because I was really tempted to buy it, and then I don't think the Tyranids is that good because it's the Star Collecting box, and then a unit of Gargoyles, a unit of Termagants, a unit of Homagants, and that's it. It doesn't seem...
I don't think they're actually Christmas boxes that they released last year where you got like...
They're not, but there is some savings in them. Yeah, and they are all in £100, just like last year's boxes. There's one box that's 111. I can't remember which one it was. So there's that. Actually, you know what? I'll get to that when it comes to it. But New Year, is there going to be a new army? We'll talk about that. Are we going to start a new army? And will GW bring out a new army? That's the topic for that one. And then an update on the narrative campaign armies that are getting made right now. I've got a small update for my demons to talk about. And Harry's got an update on his Death Watch. And the other dudes that's coming with the Death Watch. Because...
the dudes?
Which we'll get into. Because we were going to do it with Blood Angels. But if we were recording it before the Codex, it's all going to be obsolete when the Codex comes out. Which was our plan. So we'll talk about who we're planning on replacing with if we do it before the Codex is released. So... after all that, let's talk about the beautiful people that help keep this, YouTube channel alive. As always, I'm talking about the patrons who have generously donated to the channel a bunch of times, and still are, to give us new stuff for the battle reports, such as the backstops, such as terrain, such as the Blightwall box that we got a little while back as well, in which you've seen Horticulus on the channel already in my Nurgle vs. Eldar game.
Hopefully we'll get a couple of games of Age of Sigmar between you and Lucy this weekend.
Oh, not Lucy.
Gaming weekend.
Oh, not Lucy. She ruins me. Oh.
She ruins everyone.
Oh, no.
Well, yes, thank you massively to the Patreons that have helped support the channel. Of course, if you wish to support, there is a new option for a $1 per month support option now. And it basically gets you access to the early battle reports. Yeah.
Something else is our sponsor, Wargames.
Discount products on all hobby needs, not just Warhammer.
Yep.
Me and Lucy recently picked up Zombicide.
Oh, yeah.
From Martin at Wargames. And of course, there is a discount to be had on there as well.
Yeah. So I think that's everything. Is all our maintenance stuff?
I think so.
Yeah, so first thing to get into is...
No. Missed one.
Missed one.
A massive happy 21st birthday to the gorgeous lady of the channel, for yesterday.
Oh, thank you, Harry. That's very kind of you to say that to me. Thank you, Harry. I'm really glad you said that about me. That's very nice. So, first thing to talk about is Tyranids. Now, I'm actually going to go over what I've bought, Harry, for this new release. So, I bought 4 more Exocrines, so it brings me up to a total of 6. Here's one of them that's getting painted right now.
How many?
That brings me up to 6 Exocrines in total.
How many?
6.
How many?
6.
How many?
6. Don't say it again, Harry. Otherwise, I could slap you. And then I've finished building one of my new Tyranifexes. I've still got the other one to finish off right now. So that's 2 Tyranifexes into my army as well. I then bought 2 boxes of the lovely Zoanthropes. Made 5 Zoanthropes and 1 Neurothrop. And I now can run a 500-point Zoanthrope little contingent, which is 3 squads of 3 Zoanthropes and 2 Neurothropes. One of my Neurothropes is getting the new treatment, so this is my new colour scheme. I'm updating it mainly because I know I can paint better now, and I want to get it more accurate to Leviathan. So that's the colour scheme. He's not yet finished yet. I've still got all the purple armour to do, and then the red, and of course the skin on the brain. So there's still a lot to do on him. But I've already spent like all of last night on him already. And then still to come is a Maliceptor, 3 Pyrovores, 3 Biovores, 2 Carnifexes, which are going to be magnetized to be Thornback, Stacker, and Screamer Killers. Death Leaper's coming, the actual Death Leaper model, and another Lictor model as well, because there's pretty interesting stratagems with the Lictors. So that's pretty cool. Underdog's back. Why didn't you approach me on Friday, Underdog? I am disappointed in you. I think that's everything that's coming from my Tyranids. Or that. Oh, no, it's not. So I bought the last of the Star Collecting box before changes. Got myself my Walking Hive Tyrant with the Heavy Venom Cannon, because the Miasma Cannon is coming soon. And Harry's face is just, oh my goodness. And I kind of wanted a Walking Tyrant. I've got loads of Flyerants already, so kind of wanted that.
How many Flyerants have you got?
Oh, like 7.
How many?
7.
How many?
7?
Why?
Honestly, not my fault. I had 5 before, because you couldn't have the same detachment. I had 3 for the Leviathan detachment and 2 for the normal detachment. And then Jacob bought me one for my birthday, kind dude. And then Tony bought me one when he brought it up, so I have 7.
I've got 2.
And then with my Starting Collecting box, it was my first time actually with the Tyranid Warrior kit, because I've always gotten them secondhand. Absolutely loved them. I've gone with Death Spitters and Bonesail and Ashrips. Totally tempted to pick up another one to get them a squad of 5 with the Prime though. And I'm obviously going to put like a bigger weapon on a Crime. Plus, Connor was buzzing talking to you. He didn't know you from the channel. If I knew who Connor was, that would be crazy. Unfortunately, I don't know people's names. And then I got myself 10 more Gargoyles. So I'm at a nice number of 20. Gargoyles now in the new edition can Deep Strike. So I'm looking forward to doing a 30-man Deep Strikers. Because the 60 points per 10. It's 180 points for 30 Gargoyles Deep Striking. And of course they've got that Blind and Venom where they do some damage in combat or hits in combat. Then you're -1 hit. The lad you were talking to on Friday, was it on Friday, mate? I think that was the ginger. Was it the ginger dude with the shorts? They always wear shorts. I hope it was. I don't know people's names. But yeah, so yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. I'm hoping to get an extra 10 Gargoyles, so I have got my 30 after all. I don't plan on picking up a Ravener kit, mainly because I've got my Starship Troopers bugs, but I think I might. But after that, the only models I don't have are Sky Slashers. Other than the Raveners and Red Terror. I don't have the Sky Slashers, and then that's it. Other than all the Forge World stuff, because I'm still missing a 2 or something.
Sky Slashers aren't supposed to be in the new book anyway.
Yeah.
Which is a shame, but never mind.
Yes, it was. Yeah, he works at GW, right? You hate painting Tyranids. You're just a pussy, man.
I'm not surprised.
You're a pussy. But Tyranid rules did change from when we were talking about the rumors last week. So the only adaptation, High Fleet adaptation, that was different, actually there was two, but one of them wasn't different. So the Kraken one, we were just told, was just retreat and charge. But actually, you get to roll 3 dice on your advance now and pick the highest, which is pretty good. And then the Leviathan one wasn't like the Salamanders at all. It was actually 6 of Feel No Pain if you're in Synapse. Pretty cool. Not gonna lie. Because I feel like now Leviathan can beat any type of army with that 6 of Feel No Pain. So I think mine's more versatile, whereas if I go Kronos, I don't really want to go to combat because of the shooting elements. So that's pretty what it is. But find out some of the stratagems, such as, you know, killing a character with a certain unit. I can get D3 command points for spending 1 command point. So, I mean, why wouldn't you? Because you would get your command point back or more. So why wouldn't you spend it then? But I do like the ones where it's like
no reason not to spend it.
Yeah. So I did like the one which was like spend 2 command points, you can shoot again. Unfortunately, in Harry, it's only infantry. So I can spend on my Hive Guard.
That's good.
But not my Exocrine, for example. Hi guys, Vandus is here, boys. I'm getting loads of messages from Facebook. Okay, right. Our special guest is coming.
Special guest. I know, it's going to be Jacob, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Jacob.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Jacob owes me a Lehman Russ.
Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about. Don't talk about. How am I? I'm flabbergasted right now.
I think you would just add him to the group call on Skype, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but it looks like I don't have him on Skype. Like he's just ditched me.
Or you have 5 accounts.
No, I don't.
Do you want me to add him?
Yeah, you add him. You add him, Harry, and then I can
add people to this call. Ooh, Ian Napier.
Who?
Ian Napier.
Who?
I broke it.
What? What just happened?
I think I broke it. I don't know how to Skype.
Is it ringing Jacob?
I don't know. We should have tried this beforehand.
I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Are you ringing him?
Don't know.
Hold on a sec.
Yes.
Are you gone?
It's a messy room.
Oh, you're welcome. It is fantastically messy. I'll just trim it up.
So I don't know whether you can see Jacob, guys.
Oh, the sexy ass.
Why?
You love it, that's why. Right,
I want to put...
For anyone that doesn't know Jacob runs the Warp Forge YouTube channel, does a lot of Batman and anything that's not GW currently.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
You're not enjoying it, are you?
You might hear Jacob, but you might not see Jacob.
Yeah.
Or you might. I don't know how this... Okay.
Oh,
Test. Alright, okay, cool. Awesome. Right. So, as I was saying, Tyranids. So, I lost what I was talking about. Alright, so some of the stratagems are pretty cool. Some of... I like now that the Hive Tyrants are now back to being, holy crap, these guys are scary. But not as what they used to be. I mean, you can have 24 shots with Devourers now, which is pretty good. But they won't be like crazy, you know, as what they were before.
Because of the damage chart now, the fact they're going to only damage more stuff on 3s instead of 2s.
Well, 5s against vehicles.
Yeah.
I think it used to be 6s at times, but it used to be like 4s on Rhinos, but now it's like 5s. Against Terminators, it's 3s, like you said. So, I mean, they can still be alright. I think I'll be equipping mine with 2 Devourers with Release Worms and massive Rending Claws, because they are really good in close combat now. Like, really good. And now the tail is an additional attack with the tail. It doesn't actually take from your attacks, which makes the Swarm look better. The High Tyrant lost an attack, so it's kind of made up for it there. However, it's sort of just like that, like a little bit in between. So I do like it because he's got the Smite. You can cast another power, such as Psychic Scream, which could do another D3 mortal wounds. But I think it's pretty good. So yeah, it's pretty nice. I did talk about earlier that I was changing my colour scheme for my Tyranids. I'm going more true Leviathan. Basically means I'm going to be like repainting the majority of it, which will be pretty interesting there. But
Phil, Vandus, unfortunately, that was not my book. That was Jacob's book.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Jacob's here.
I didn't realise you were recording then.
Jacob. Jacob, what do you think of the new Tyranids?
One highlight that I have is they've finally given a high fleet to the Space Hulk Gene Stealer stuff, so I like that. I like how they've done all the other lesser-known high fleets, so not the main ones like Juggermonster and stuff, because Starship Troopers.
Here's something, Jacob. There's been some fluff pages being released. There's actually other high fleets which haven't been given rules that have actually a page of fluff. So there's High Fleet Tyrant, which is like bright green armor, bright white skin, and High Fleet Ouroboros, which is like purple skin and black armor, which have been given a whole page of fluff, but they haven't been given rules yet.
Yeah.
So even that.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I liked the one where it was white skin and blue chitin.
White skin and blue chitin.
I'm sure I saw a page somewhere someone took a snap of it.
White skin and blue chitin.
You mean chitin?
Chitin.
Is it apples and oranges?
Apples and oranges? It's a C, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. I don't know whether I've seen the blue one. Because there's purple skin with a blue carapace, which is the Space Hulk one, which is High Fleet Hydra, by the way. Gorgon is green skin with bone carapace. Kronos is black skin with red carapace. And you got Kraken, which is bone skin and red carapace. You've got Behemoth, which is red skin with blue carapace. Leviathan, which is a white, creamy skin with a purple carapace. And then what was the other one? Juggermonster, which is Starship Troopers. So the other ones are not official, but are other people's schemes.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I can't even know them off the top of my head.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, haven't seen the bio upgrades yet and stuff like that. I've just been out the loop and busy doing other things. But from what I've seen, it does look like they've brought back a load of older stuff because people wanted the older stuff and then updated it for it. So I guess it's a win-win for alternative fans and everyone else. I mean, I go to DACA and I just saw like the first thread, basically first 30 pages moaning about how powerful turrets will be. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, you know what? You had it in 6, you had it in 7th, you got the bad stick. Now with Chaos, you're starting to rise. So there we go. Have some fun.
Yeah, I'm happy about it. I'm happy I don't have to spam Hive Tyrants just to stay relevant. I'm thinking now that I can actually be more varied to have a good game. So, like for example, I'm having my 6 Biovores because they're my favorite model. And they're not going to be terrible. Well, they'll always work for me in 7th, but, you know. It's because I love them and they love me. And that's why they stay good in 7th. But I'm glad now that people can run close combat armies. People can run Raveners or Warriors and they can work. Yeah. Or they can run Horde and they can work. I'm glad that things aren't near and vulnerable to us, like an invisible Wraith Knight, for example. Or Necron army, for example.
Taking a Wraith Knight down, or even an Imperial Knight, was nigh on impossible with Tyranids, or very hard.
I did think an Imperial Knight was easier than a Wraith Knight, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why, because they're generally going to be the same for me. But
because the Wraith Knight had a 3-up save, followed by a Feel No Pain.
Oh yeah, the Feel No Pain, yeah, that was all right.
It was just like, oh right, it's put a shield on the front, I'll shoot the sides.
Yeah.
Save.
So I definitely think like that it was harder for Tyranids to beat some of the powerful armies, even something like Ultramarines getting just shot up the whole time. But now I do think a lot more people. I don't think it's perfect, but I do think there's a lot more balance. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't think the game's perfect right now. There's still things I would complain about, such as cover. But I do think they've put themselves in a position where they can now add rules through like chapter approved. So I feel like they could completely change cover with chapter approved, and it'll be welcomed. I think they could completely change how psychic powers work from retreating, and welcome it. I can totally see them going, you can only cast 1 psychic power when retreating. So like something that can cast 2 can only cast 1. Or something like that, because I feel like being able to retreat and still do all your psychics a bit powerful. So I think that needs to be in there somewhere. And then that can add for like some interesting rules, say something like one of the Eldar, like Ulfweir, for example, their rules could have been something like they can retreat and still do all their psychic powers, or some sort of buff to their psychic powers, because they're shown as the big psychic power dudes.
I would say if you look at Age of Sigmar, though, the hero phase is before the movement phase, therefore they're still getting to do everything beforehand anyway. So I don't think they're doing anything wrong the way they're doing it. I think it's fine to cast.
I think it's fine to cast. I just think they need to either do something about Smite for some of the Smite spam armies, or they need to. I keep on finding that I do it by accident, but I kind of feel like they need to take off the limit on some of the psychic powers in like specific to armies. For example, I don't think it should be done to a Tyranid Catalyst, but I think they could have done something like only Tervagons have access to Catalyst, or something like that. Like give it to specific units, kind of like how in Sigmar, some of the wizards have their own specific power.
I get that.
Yeah.
I can see. I think for me, it's like even cover. I don't mind it as much, but then again, I can understand why people.
I think it's more for vehicles than anything else.
Yeah.
I think it's more for
cover needs changing. Cover should be if a monster or vehicle is 50% obscured, then you get the +1.
See, I disagree.
I don't even agree with the +1 armor save. It should be -1 to hit. But then that changes everything, like Eldar Relatok, for example. People are running around with -3 to hit. So I think an extra -1. They should have gone from the beginning. If you're in cover, -1 to hit.
I think it would be different if the vehicles are just 50% obscured, don't need to be in wholly within terrain. I mean, I just bring up the whole problem that we had last edition about what counts as 50% obscured. But, I mean, how can you explain that? So
I liked when I was watching Long War podcasts. I liked Kenny's example of what used to happen in 4th edition, where when it was defined by cover was you can shoot into cover, you can shoot out of cover, but you can't shoot through cover, so you couldn't get that like odd shot between like an odd 2 like windows and stuff like that. And I like that, and also the idea of like footprint sizes. So like a tank could be size 3. So if there was a building that was size 3 or less, or higher, then it could hide behind them. For anything less, like size 2, to represent like a small little hut or like a small hobo camp or something like that.
Hobo camp.
Yeah, hobo camps. Because in the 41st millennium, there's gonna be hobos. So you can imagine.
We're on Skype to 1 now.
Sorry?
We're on Skype to 1 now.
Yeah, I know. It's great.
Who you talking to?
I don't feel you absolute hobo.
Who you talking to?
It's Hobos United. Come on.
Hey!
Man, this says custom. Tyranids used to be highly customizable and mean a lot. For example, Carnifex for everything, anti-horde shooting, anti-horde melee, anti-tank.
Carnifexes are so customizable now.
The risk making vehicles too good if they change the rules to cover now. I agree. I'm just saying that from the beginning, it should have always been -1 to hit, not +1 armor save.
Yeah, vehicles are just too good now.
I mean, of customizability, it's with customizability, you can customize up to, like, in the past at least, it was like 500 points, you could have things truly unique, but once you went past 500 points, you tend to get that illusion of choice, where if you wanted, like, that Devastator squad with a missile launcher and a multi-melter and last cannon, it wouldn't be effective or efficient. It was that illusion of choice. Even in past editions, once you break out that 500 points bracket onto 1,000 or more, you tend to just want one of the same weapons. So I think that's what they've doubled down on in the 8th edition, is they've realised this. They've realised that they're a mass battle game, and they've realised that they needed streamlined rules, because individual rules and very gimmicky things and stuff beforehand.
I said gimp.
Were very good for skirmish elements. Shadow War and stuff like that, and Necromunda. On a mass battle game where you've got 2 hours to slog through with just a Yugo-Igo system, it was too much, so they've had to just really streamline it down, get the basics done, and then just play basics, because that's what people were doing in the first place, so streamline it so that people can get games finished in 2.5 hours, especially with play.
I agree.
Well, guess what I'm making right now?
I don't know.
Sandwich.
Nice.
All right, Har.
I made eggs and sodas for the first time, and it was okay, but I've got to leave them in there shorter times than what YouTube was suggesting, but still.
Yeah, I think with in terms of customability in 40k, I think things like Deathwatch are quite hard to choose. Because there's so many customized, like Deathwatch are very customizable, very limited on what units you could take, but are very customizable in terms of a Melter squad can be pretty good, a Vanguard Veteran squad with heavy Thunderhammers or Lightning Claws can be really good, a normal Marine squad with missile launchers in the backfield, or even heavy bolters, or frag cannons, or plasma guns, or close combat weapons. Like, I think they're very customizable and could be pretty good. When I look at something like a Marine force, there's definitely advantages to something like a melter gun, but its range makes it less likely to take over a las cannon, for example. Because now it's only a -1 in the las cannon, whereas you'll always be in range with a las cannon, you won't always be in range with a melter. And whereas a flame is really powerful because it automatically hits, you're not always in range. So I think they put this sort of benefit negative thing on where there will be more customizable now. So in 7th, it was all about grav, and all about the grav, nothing but the grav. But then you had certain armies like, what's it called? Ravenwing, who'd went plasma talons and nothing but the plasma talons, plasma guns and nothing but the plasma guns. Where I do think now it's a good mixture, because I do see, for example, best one to describe it is Mechanicum with the Cataphrons. The Grav one wasn't as good as what it was before, but still powerful. The Torsion Cannon wasn't good before, now you're actually thinking about it. The Haywire one was good before, now you're like, I think I might have it a little bit as well, and same for the Plasma. Whereas before it was always Grav. So, in my opinion, I think they've definitely made it better, but haven't perfected it yet.
I think it's what it is they've realised that volume of fire is what people go for. They don't want like a squad of Cataphrons with one Torsion Cannon, one Grav Cannon, and then one like Haywire Cannon. They know that people will just pick 3 Haywire or 3 Grav instead. It's like on Deathwatch and Harlequins, when I've looked at like other people and online and stuff like that, most of the time, like you're saying about the customizability will only come in like a 500-point allied force.
Yeah.
It's the same. Like you'll have your Nari with a bit of Harlequins, or Dark Eldar with a bit of Harlequins. I've not really seen online, at least, a full on, like, full death force and making, like, first places at grand tournaments and stuff like that. But that's...
Furious George says, fuck me, Harry's growing some hair. No, that's just Jacob.
So, next thing is next for 40k, so Dark Angels Codex coming soon. That sounds crazy. Lionel Johnson, next Primarch, big possibility. Do you think Lionel's coming, Harry?
Yeah. Why is Jacob always on the screen and not me? Oh, there I am. Filling me face with a sandwich.
Because it's only the person who's talking that will be.
So, Lionel Johnson was rumoured, but today Fate 212 came out and said, no, all them rumours are false.
Yeah. Well...
But we've got a confirmation date of the pre-order and everything. It's pre-order the 2nd, released on the 9th.
Ooh.
Which begs the question is, when is Blood Angels?
Yeah, I think Blood Angels will probably come at the same time. Like they do with Grey Knights in Chaos Space Marines.
Funny enough, in 2014, it actually came out the weekend before Christmas.
Wow.
So, 3-year anniversary.
Yeah, and then...
That 7th edition Codex was trash.
And then...
Blood Angels Blade.
We've heard rumours that apparently the jump packs of Blood Angels are supposed to get really good.
Yeah, so guess what? What's 30 up on my desk right now?
Tactical Marines.
No.
Alright, okay, calm down. Just guessing.
It's obviously more Tyranids.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And then, starting off 2018, we get Chaos Demons. Which I can't wait for, because I feel like they'll be able to sort out this whole character spam problem.
Korn needs fixing because Korn can't do anything at the minute.
I don't think Korn needs fixing. I think the other factions need toning.
No, Korn needs a big point reduction on its character. Scarbranch should not be 400 points.
I admit the greater demons need to get cheaper or they need to get better.
Yeah.
They either need to get cheaper or they need to get better.
Bring back something like the Warpstone table and
bring
back Pseudo-Fearless.
I want units that are shit to come better again. Talking to you, Zinc Screamers. Talking to you, Nurgle Beasts. Talking to you, Nurgle Hellstriders. Or Seekers, whatever they're called right now. Talking to you, Khorne Fleshhounds. And I also want some new units because there's not a huge amount of flavour, and I think that's what sort of stokes the sort of spamming. I do think there was in 7th, a HQ slot would be 1 to 4 heralds, if you wanted heralds in that in case. I do think they should put a restriction on how many heralds you have in, and a restriction on demon princes, because I'm just seeing in like Zinch armies right now, it's just them spammed, and then brimstone or cheap units spammed to stop you from targeting the characters. And we need to deter that away, but don't take away all their strengths. I think maybe making it so that they would want to take a wide variety of demons is there, but don't just spam smite. I think that needs to be changed. I did that by accident. I just went with symmetry with my Nurgle army. I wanted 2 squads of Plague Bearers. I wanted a Herald to go with them. I wanted 2 squads of the Plague Drones. Wanted somebody to keep up with them. Demon Prince with Wings could. I wanted my Greater and Clean one, and then I wanted my Epidemius, and then I filled up the points with anything I had left. And it came to a point where I had actually a lot of wizards. And for an army that is generally quite psychic ability, I can see the point made for it. But I made a Slanesh list the other day, and in that one I had almost twice as many psychers in it, and it was just because I wanted to have these big units of demonettes and then buff them. So it was just, I think the need...
Demonettes are really, really good with heralds around them because they get +1 strength and strength 4, which means you're ruining on cores and everything in
that's not it though, Harry. That's not it, Harry. You have the Fiends nearby, so the Fiends can charge in as well. If you're within 1 inch of a Fiend, you cannot retreat. So I had my list goes 3 squads of demonettes, 2 single Fiends along with them, 2 heralds on steeds with them as well, and an exalted chariot with them, plus a keeper secrets, and it all fitted in 2K.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, there you go, you have 3 powerful little blobs that are fast, go on the table, really good in combat. There's a lot of smite there, so I don't give a damn about shooting. And I was there going, how is this And then I'm looking at it and I'm like, the only thing I don't have in there is Seekers. But is there like literally anything that I could do to change this? And it's like, not unless I mix. And I think that's the problem with Demons. So that'll either get fixed or they'll just leave it the way it is and just add in rules. So we'll have to wait and see. Gateway, I'm not magnifying.
There might be like chapter tactics for Demons. So if you run Slanesh Demons, you get like chapter tactics for it.
Yeah. Wargamer Gateway, I've just finished my Trinifexes. I'm not magnetizing them yet because I don't really want to run 3 Turbogons. I don't think I've got enough gaunts to do that. But I will be, when my magnets do arrive, I will be magnetizing their weapons with the Fleshbore Hive and the Acid Sprays. Harry, you're actually missing parts for your Acid Spray on the little sprue that you got. Because there is other Acid Spray parts on other sprues. That one sprue you got, and you're missing the actual gun holder for the rupture cannon, like the sack holder arm.
I don't know. I'm not bothered. Mine are all conversions.
Yeah, like if you see here, Harry, that you only get these 2 parts of the acid spray on it, other than the sacks, and you need the other side of it for the rest of the acid spray, which is on another sprue here.
Yeah, I've got the spare part.
Oh, you got the spare part. Oh, well, that's fine. But the giant crushing claws are actually going to be going on the higher tyrants to be the massive rending claws because there is no model for that.
Also, Blood Angels. What do we think is going to happen to Blood Angels? I think roll 3d6 and pick the 2 highest. The charge is quite probable.
I don't think they'll have one single rule for all of them. I think there'll be successor chapter rules. I'm thinking there'll be Flesh Terror rules, there'll be normal Blood Angels, there'll be the Angels Arcanite, or whatever it's called, there'll be Lamenters, there may even be a Death Company one, and I think it'll be something like that, because then you'll come to the Dark Angels, and I think they'll have one for Fallen, I think they'll have one for Deathwing, I think they'll have one for Greenwing, I think they'll have one for Ravenwing, and I think that's how they'll work.
I think the Flesh Terrors will probably get something like plus 1 attack on the charge. That would make sense for them.
I don't think it'll be attack. I think it'll be strength.
I see Blood Angels, and I just think they're going to make rules for them to make terminal charges, aren't they? Yeah.
Well, it already is.
Well, just imagine this, right? I'll be happy with reroll charges, but then it's just Black Templar copy paste, which I won't like. So, 3 dice and pick the 2 highest, I would love. I would accept plus 1 attack on the charge, but again, it's not great. It's all right.
It'll make the Assault Marines a bit better because they're only 1 attack if they don't have chainswords. They become 2 attacks each with the chainswords. Plus 1 attack on that'll make them way better. But
right? If you've got units of Assault Marines deep striking in, right, 9 inches away, rolling 3 dice and picking the 2 highest. I think they'll have these different things about them. I think there'll be one which will be, it says it's hoping for a lot. I think there'll be one where you can get a free pistol in every squad. So they'll have the Melter pistol and all these other pistols that they're always using. But I Wargamer Gateway said here, Angels and Carmine there, which is the one I was trying to say. They are inherited problems with attack asterisks and assault troops. I agree. I think one of the benefits of taking Blood Angel assault troops is that you get access to having plasma guns or melter guns. But I can see. I think they're going to split them up into successor chapters rules rather than just doing like what they did with the Grey Knights, where it's just 1. But then again, I could see them just doing 1 as well. So I'm not too bothered about either way. I see your point, and I kind of agree a little.
And then the demons come, and I think they'll just be Nurgle demons, Slanesh demons, Tzeentch demons, Common demons, and then it'll be like mixed demons. Nah,
Yeah,
that's what
I
it'll be.
paintbrush, and now I don't have it.
Yeah.
I need to finish painting off my 2 jump packs because I finally found them. And we get Spangly Sparkles, Campflying Jump Marine Chaos Assault Raptors.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean...
Dante or Sanguinor are going to tend to be close to their Primarch Sanguinius. Totally agree. I think it's going to be Dante though. I don't think it's going to be Sanguinor.
Dante, the audio book, and I absolutely loved it. And I said to Phil, actually, when we were Skyping before this, I genuinely hope they don't bring Sanguinius back. But as it stands, Dante and Sanguinor are basically one step down from Godhood or G-Max, basically. And I feel it would definitely be better for Dante to ascend. Actually, painted up over the next couple of weeks.
I'll be right back.
And I have a conversion of me. Conversion will be, Jacob?
It's gonna be some strippers next to Sanguinius doing all the pimp stuff because he's an absolute pimp.
Close, but not quite.
So close, so far.
It's actually going to be a conversion of Dante.
Very nice. Is he in Primaris armor now?
Almost. So it's going to be Stormcast Prosecutor legs. The waist's going to need some work to get rid of the like tabardie pieces that they have.
Yeah.
It's then going to be Sanguinary Guard chest plate and back piece. It's then going to be the Sanguinary Guard Glaive and Carmine axe, but I'm probably going to use a bigger arm, so I've got loads of Intercessor or Stormcast spare arms, so I'm going to use that. And then the Infernus pistol from the Sanguinary Guard kit pointing forward as well. The mask, I'm going to use a plain face mask, a plain face head, right? But then I'm going to actually cut off the mask of another one, so there's more prominently a mask rather than a helmeted mask. So basically, you can still see Dante's hair and everything, but just the mask on the front, so basically a hollowed out face. An Inceptor jump pack, so the new big assault marine guys. And then 2 sets of Prosecutor wings. So he's not just going to have like one set of wings poking out the side, they're going to be overlapped.
That's it, that'll be cool. So it's going to be very decorative.
Yep. I'm also going to start working on my Mephiston conversion as well. Because, like, after listening to the audio book, I fell in love with Dante and Mephiston all over again. And it's just like, the models are so poor for now. I was playing with their models 20 years ago. Do you remember, like, before you guys were born, I was playing with their models.
just I wave from that like fist in the air and telling the kids to get off your lawn now. Back in my day, we only had pure metal.
So I'm going to convert a Mephiston. I'm going to use the Primaris Chaplain body. And I'm going to buy a resin Harry Sound is going. I don't know why. So I'm going to use the Primaris Chaplain because it looks more like a Mephiston. Plasma pistol in that hand, and then with his other hand that's in the air, put the sword. So he's like,
I is back.
Combined. Death.
Hmm?
You know the Crypt Horrors and Crypt Duels that you bought for your Demon Princess film?
Yeah?
I want a set of their wings to use on Mephiston.
What, the bat wings?
I just want all the small wings.
You want the bat
I
wings?
want the big sets.
The bat wings? You want the bat wings?
Yeah.
Why?
The Mephiston?
So he doesn't have any wings?
What?
Mephisto doesn't have any wings?
Oh, he does in the fluff?
Oh, he does in the fluff.
Yeah.
Is See,
They're like blood red vampire wings.
I think you're just stealing an idea from the Night Lords there.
lifts it up, and then it grows wings.
Yeah, he's just stealing something from the Night Lords there.
In the Dante novel, right, basically they're on one of the planets when they're fighting off Leviathan, right, and Dante evacuates the entire planet, right? Thunderhawks come down, evacuate everybody off, and Dante, Sanguinary God, and Mephiston are left there on a lander pad. Dante's like gritting his teeth, he's angry, he's ready to charge forward and start smashing stuff up, right? Thunderhawk comes in to pick them up, but it can't land. All the Sanguinary Guard have to use the jetpacks to get up into Thunderhawk. And Dante goes to run forward to start fighting the Tyranids. And Mephiston grabs his arm and is like, "No, my lord, come."
My lord. My lord.
And these bat wings come out of his back and he flies up to the Thunderhawk with Dante.
No, my lord. Was he watching Game of Thrones that night or something?
I'm just imagining Mephiston being like the begrudged adult sending the kid back to school.
No, my lord. He's like, fuck. Is Mephiston like Alfred and Dante like Batman? Is this what's happening right now?
No more Stormcast, please. All the Stormcast.
Nah, I bet
Stormcast.
Mephiston is just, fucking Alfred and Dante is Batman. That's what it is.
Other way around.
What do you mean?
Well, Dante is old and crippled and dead, maybe.
Right. That's Alfred.
So he's like Alfred?
That's what I said!
Alright, okay.
You... What the hell?
No, my lord. Anyway, I need to do the Dark Angel. Because he's a heretic!
I may as well get started.
What else from G-Dubs, Harry, is coming out over these recent months?
So, you haven't seen me review for White Dwarf. There's a lot of terrain boxes coming out, so you can get discount on terrain. So I was considering the Age of Sigmar one, 90 quid. You get an Ophidian Archway, a Luminous Ocular, a Dragonfate Dais, and 2 Realm Gates. So separately that comes to about 130 quid. And that clocks in at 90 quid, so that was good value. You can get a Bastion, the Eldar Forest, and a box of containers for 100, I think. And that's about 130, 140. And there's a couple of others. Necromunda's coming out, of course. We discussed that last week, I think.
Yep.
Not something I'm interested in getting into at the minute simply because of time.
And then we got a teaser trailer for the Skaven coming to Shadespire. Have to admit, the leader of that looks good.
When did we play? Friday night.
Friday night.
Talk us through a game. And you know what? It was really fun. Now I just need to convince Lucy to play it. Brandon says I agree with Harry on this one. Is that about Lucy not getting more Stormcast? So I would like you to agree very much so with that. Until they come out and then she's like, I want it all!
What else is there? We've got Chapter Approved coming. We've got the Dwarven faction for Shadespire coming.
Yeah. It's going to be dwarves or elves.
It's going to be Fire Slayers.
Did they need to really hash out Fire Slayers? I would have loved Caradons instead.
I would have loved Diridan. And then you've got the Vanguard, is it for Stormcast?
No, the Vanguard stuff's out.
For Shadespire.
What?
There's going to be a Vanguard warband for Shadespire.
Is there?
Yep. And a Blood Warrior, I think that's right. Blood Reaver? Blood Warrior?
Blood Warriors are the next ones up from Blood Reavers.
Yep, so Blood Warriors as well. And that's it for Shadespire that we know of. And then we've got the Christmas boxes, which is Grandelion's Death, Vanguard, what's it called? Vanguard, Stormcast. Don't know what else was in the Christmas boxes. There was Vanguard, Caradon Overlords, Vanguard Stormcast, Grandelion's Death, and something else.
So Phil, is the Caradon box of any value?
No value to me.
I thought you would say that.
It's actually more of a, hey, if you want to start collecting Caradons, buy this box. There's nothing helpful in there.
Yeah, you're interested in
Black Friday coming. Black Friday is great, right? But nobody really cares about Black Friday over here. Like, a few big market chains have
Deals.
Yeah. But beyond that, no one really does it. Games Workshop don't.
Yeah. It's definitely an American thing, and it's always funny to see them ransack the stores and get into fights on YouTube.
But yeah, I think the 40k ones that are at Christmas is a Tau, Orc, and Guard one. Right now, which I'm going to pull up.
No Space Marines.
Right now that I'll pull up.
That's just what we've seen pictures of, because obviously this was leaked, and it only showed 3 40k and 4 Sigmar ones.
And there's a £104 Tyranid Army one, which is the Start Collecting box, then a box of Termagants, Holmagants, and Gargoyles. There is a Necron one for 150 pence, which is a Stalker, 3 Destroyers, 10 Warriors, 5 Lich Guard, 5 Immortals, some Scarabs, and an Overlord. There's a Craft Worlds one, which is £100. You get the Star Collecting box of the Wraith, the Warwalker, Wraith Lord, and a Farseer, and then you get the Guardians and a Wave Serpent on top of that. And is there another one? There was a Deathwatch one, which is now gone. And there was a Chaos one. I think the Chaos ones went out of stock. So the Chaos one was the Start Collecting box plus I think a Predator and some Terminators. And then the Deathwatch one was a Corvus with 10 normal Marines, a Dread, and Artemis, and a Watchmaster. So what they've done there is a Start Collecting box plus Corvus and a Watchmaster. Which alone, just buying the Start Collecting box, Corvus, and Watchmaster would go above the £100 anyway. So you're getting a big bonus there.
Yeah, the Corvus is like 40 and the Watchmaster is like 18.
Yeah.
And you're saving about 8 quid.
But those seem to have disappeared. I was tempted by the Necron one. The Necron one looks good.
If I was doing another faction, I would do Renegades and Heretics, or Mechanicum when they do Virus and Ceresis, because I just want a small force of Night Lords, Thalax everywhere. That'll be it.
Or Starship Troopers Bugs.
Yeah, I would do that, especially with Ravenous and all that, because I think the paint scheme would be easy. Spray black, dry brush grey, wash, then start on the chitin by just stroking it in like browns and then building it up to yellows. I could see that.
I have to admit, I've just lost what I was going to say. Oh yeah, the upgrades. I'm happy that Genestealer's got a few upgrades. So Genestealers can now have a 4 bomber, but then they lose their advance and charge. So no one is ever going to give them the 4 bomber. I do like that they can take flesh hooks, which basically is going to be a pistol for them. That's pretty good. But if you think about it, that pistol's assault. So they've got bliss skill of 4, going to turn to a bliss skill of 5 because they will always be advancing until they get into combat, and then they'll probably not advance and try to use their pistols, at least if you buy the pistols, because they're already 60 points per 5. But it's just nice to have it, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
And then some of the new...
The Paragon box brings 1 admiral, 1 small ship, 1 big ship, which means the middle one.
Yeah, the frigate.
3 balloon guys and an end rigger.
It's a good deal, just for people who already do Caradons. It's nothing helpful in there.
It's one of those things where it's like, you want variety, you want paint project, yeah, but when you play the hyper-competitive game, yeah, okay, just end riggers everywhere.
The only way you can win a competitive game with Caradons is if you spam the life out of end riggers.
Yeah, as I've seen so many times.
And that's the only way you can win.
I feel sorry for Caradon players, because the ships look great and stuff, but it's just...
It's the same thing as what was the problem with Tyranids and 7th. They have to spam one thing to keep up with the game.
Yeah. And that's boring.
Yeah.
They weren't even that bad before, but like when they nerfed them with the new hands, it's just like they didn't need that.
Yeah.
Like, what thinking there? It's like, I honestly think that like they've got play testers in America, obviously being like frontline gaming and stuff like that, but then they've got play testers in Nottingham, and I think they listen to Nottingham play testers as a priority as opposed to the ones of America. And I think the play testers in Nottingham are just in a circle of Games Workshop developers, and if there's something they don't like, they'll nerf it because the Nottingham play testers are the priority.
Here's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't need to worry about Caradons anymore.
I've got a question for Vandus. Should I be working on 30 submarines for my Blood Angels, do you think? That was my question.
That was a terrible question, Harry.
Not really.
Yeah, oh, it was. It was to me.
Well, screw you, Philip.
Yeah, screw you. Don't use my pseudonym.
Interesting fact of the day, right? Phil rang his sister before we came on Skype, right?
She rang me.
She broke her thumb giving CPR to someone.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah. She's feeble. Leave her alone.
At least she was giving CPR to someone.
Yeah, at least it wasn't a blowjob.
Good on it. I pretend I didn't hear that fact.
At least it wasn't, like Lockjaw. That would have been funny if it was Lockjaw, like.
This is what didn't hear a pig, please. Should I be working on 30 assault marines? Or should I not bother? My Blood Angels. Because I know you seem to know a little bit about what's going on, so 30 assault marines, yes or no?
I'll say yes. Because 30 submarines.
Because 30 assault marines.
Yes.
Shut your mouth,
I had to
Jacob.
do 45 Raptors. I know the pain, right?
45. Oh.
Count trims, right?
45.
They're done. You'll feel better about yourself because they're done, and you'll never have to think about them again.
That is true.
That's my attitude to everything now. It's like I only magnetize on really, really expensive models like Leviathan Dreadnoughts and stuff now. Usually my thought process now is I'll build it the way I want. If I want another one, I'll save up, I'll build it in another variation, and I'll paint it. And what I'm thinking is it'll just amass in points, so if I want to play really big Apocalypse games and stuff, I can actually play Apocalypse games rather than having to decide on one model which loadout I want. Unless
Magnus!
Yeah, but again, you have to decide.
Harry, I thought you said Magnus. I was like, alright, Harry, calm down.
Yeah, we don't have to mention that nerd's name in this house.
Jacob. So, Jacob, when's your army gonna get fully painted, ready to come on the channel again?
When I teabag it, I'm back. Honestly, I'm hoping...
When you teabag it? What's wrong with you, you maniac?
I know, it's just... it's the motivation to paint. I think what's happened is I painted my army. It took us 10 months to get all the Raptors in. Ended the tournament, got decimated by like a guy who put very little effort in, like painting, like literally just undercut the army, and it was just like, yeah, okay. Seeing all that effort just go to waste on like, you know, after what 5, 10, 15 minutes, it's just like, well, what's the point? You know what I mean? So right now I've just taken a break. I've been playing skirmish games because I've really enjoyed with Batman and stuff like that. I'm trying to get enthusiastic about painting them again, but it's the fact that I have to paint more, and then people are telling us to buy more Raptors, and it's like, it's a pain in the
More Raptors! More Raptors!
Raptors, are you trying to physically
Make it 60, Jacob, and go with 6 squads of 10.
Oh, holy heck, it's a good bet. From what I've heard out there, Assault Marines might be of some relevance on games, mainly with stratagems or chapter successes.
So, I want to bring something up. Jacob said in an early live stream with Harry that Harry, it was something to do with, I think Jacob was upset about the troops getting objectives secured.
Oh, yeah.
So, in my opinion, I don't think it should be troops. In my opinion, if you took a spearhead, I think the heavy support should get it. If you took a vanguard, I think the fast attack should get it.
What I was saying in the earlier live stream was that if you go for the detachment, if you max out on the minimum requirements, so like as you were saying, the heavy support, so if you went full on 6 heavy support with 2 HQs and stuff like that, then you get the objective secured for those units, because that to me is the trade-off, because the Horde armies, they don't need that extra rule when they have on top of that the chapter tactics rules, they've got the biomorph upgrades, they've got the buffs. On top of that, they're already flogging and just basically standing on top of an objective. How is an elite army meant to basically scalpel the way through? Because an elite army is meant to be a scalpel. It's not meant to decimate an entire army. That's what the Horde.
That's what I'm saying. I think the way you can get around that is, for example, if your case with your Space Marines, you're going Vanguard with Outrider, with your faster attacks. I feel like if you go Outrider and you do your minimum requirements, 1 HQ, 3 fast attacks that you have to bring anywhere, I think your fast attack should get the objective secured. That means you just need one of those Raptors on that objective to hold it against the Horde. Unless the Horde, for example, was Orcs, and they did Outrider, and they had their Storm Boys on it as well. And then it's all down to the numbers game, which is down now. Which I think that should be the way it works, rather than just going, troops just get it. And because then it sort of goes, oh, these troops are now better than these other units. And it sort of goes back to 6th, where it's like, everyone just needs to get all their troops because they were the only things that hold objectives. These guys are just going to take them from other people. So I kind of feel like it should turn into that.
Yeah, I just think it would give more versatility to more specialist armies, like White Scars. You give them like bikers with a rider.
And now White Scar army's only good if you take an assault marine in them. Gun or fly.
You know what I mean? It's like if you went speed freaks, I don't know, I'm saying bikers again, and then you just bikers, you get the objectives. It adds more versatility as opposed to just going, right, okay, here's me goth boys, and then bam. What's the one that focuses on troops heavy in Tyranids? Is it Leviathan or is it?
It'll probably be Hydra, because that's the one that outnumbers.
Hydra or it's like the Imperial Guard, the conscript spam. Games Workshop. Funny note, like the Space Marine stuff, all the stuff that's conversions and stuff like that, taken out the Codex. But on scripts, which don't have an official model per se, because in the older fluff it was just a white stripe over a helmet, but now it's a bit muddied now, they're still in it.
Yeah. But yeah, so going on to the next thing, New Year, New Army. Harry, will you be starting a new army in the new year?
I won't be starting a new one. I will be expanding a very small one I currently have.
And what army is that, Harry?
Gene Seal.
What?
Exactly.
What?
What?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Huh?
What are you on about?
Huh?
Watch.
Huh? But Jacob, will you be starting a new army in the new year?
No.
Well, he will if Fires of Crixus comes out with the new Mechanicum.
That would be one thing. But if I do anything, it'll just be to add on to me Night Lords, and that'll be Renegades and Heretics, just to add snipers, because I already have a conversion idea for the Murderers, which basically guard snipers for Renegades and Heretics. And that's just because I've got all the galvanic rifles. I was going to put them onto Gene Steel Cult Neophytes, take off all the Gene Steel Cult iconography, and get some heads which look like ragged, like goggles and ragtag gas masks and helmets and stuff like that from Mad Robot Miniatures, and put them on top so they look like they've just been scavenged up enslaved miners that have been given a gun and said aim multiple times there.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. And then I'm not starting a new army. I think my first half of 2018 is probably going to be spent getting all my Tyranids up to scratch and adding in new units. But my question to you two, do you think GW will bring out some new armies in the new year? I'm talking about up until about summer. So let's say a whole year of 8th edition comes back into June. Will we have new armies for Sigmar? Will we have new armies for 40k?
Yeah. Death's coming.
Death's coming in spring. But that's added on Maligans. It's not a new army, but there will be new models. Will you think they'll... When I say a new army, I mean like completely new. Like how Mechanicum was completely new into the 40k. Like when they brought that Mechanicum army out. Do you think... Yeah, and Gene Circle. Do you think there'll be a brand new army? Now, Vandus has just said Sisters. That's not a new army, but I would totally count that. I could totally see like a plastic sister, like totally redone. Sorry, what?
Oh shit, the reset again. What's this about? A new Stormcast chamber?
I'll be honest with you. I think they'll be pretty interesting. I think some people mentioned it before. Having like a Skaven rat sort of army. I said I would actually love them to do like a sort of mole with like stone golems. Like all their weapons are like stones that are just imbued with power, or they like control all these like rocks and terrain and stuff like that. And that's their sort of army. They're all like sort of caveman, but still their magical powers are quite strong. Which is what I thought. I think there needs to be more like a magic sort of element rather than a realistic sort of element. But I actually hope for a brand new Imperium army. So I'm not talking about a new Space Marine faction or type. I'm not talking about a new Guard regiment. I'm talking about something like, hey, we've got... I'm not talking about like redoing Sisters either. I'm thinking of something like, heck, we got new Marines. We kind of need new humans, as in like new Guard type things. So I kind of like to see something kind of like the civilian force. Like, what happens when we've got like civilian armies or something like that? But
so human extradites.
Yeah, something like that.
I can see them doing Eldar extradites because people like their elves with dragons and shit. I can see them rebooting Inquisition to be more about like bringing back the Stormtroopers or Inquisitorial Stormtroopers to go alongside Bethesda Scions and stuff like that, making a plastic
Adeptus Arbiters.
Yeah, like Arbiters, I can imagine that.
Yeah.
But I think they'd be more of a Necromunda force. Like, I can't see them being a massive...
A Titan citizen! There has been a number of reports accusing you of being a heretic.
I couldn't see them against, like, an entire force of Tyranids, because I think the Tyranids would just wipe them out.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely. I could see them doing, like, Arbiters, but something how they did the Custodes and the Sisters of Silence.
I would like there to be like a more of a Xeno Beastry book where you'd
I want a Xenos one. I don't want an Imperium one. I want a Xenos one before my Imperium one. I want a brand new Xenos faction.
I want to see like a Beastry book where like multiple factions can just take these like units out where it's just like natural inhabitants like Bargeshi and what's it called? Not Taurox. I don't want to say Zerg, but something like that, where it's like classic Rogue Trader, like beasts and stuff like that, and stuff from the old fantasy flight books that I can just rehash out. I could see them doing stuff like that, just to for a skill team component, slaying the boss.
Kind of like the Arcanites, Arcanes from Malifaux. That you had like a few people, and then they control these beasts. Yeah, kind of like that. Actually, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool.
Krogan.
Pardon?
Krogan.
Oh yeah, that would be mint if they put Krogan in at 40k.
Yes.
Krogan from Mass Effect, Jacob.
That could be a thing, but I think with new factions, you have to be careful of how you introduce them, because I can see them doing more things with new aliens with the Tau Empire. But if they just go, oh look, here's a massive new force never before seen, you're gonna have to.
I kind of feel like they could do Krogans, but like Krogans come to invade this universe because they blew up the other one, and they're looking for a new home. Kind of like as if Krogans are orcs, but if they were lower number in technology advanced. Yeah. Like an elite orcs. Oh, and they could call them Death Watch. DEFF, Death Watch.
I'm sure that's what. I know that was Mini Wargame and they were doing their own Death Watch.
Hey, I heard people say that way before they did it.
Yeah, they did it before it was cool.
Yeah. I like Death Watch before it was cool.
Yeah. But it's just. I think it's hard to introduce a new faction because you'd first have the fluff nuts who would go ape shit if it wasn't to their standards. But then you'd have other people just saying, well, there's other forces that need the love more, like sisters as well. And I think Games Workshop had a series of excuses not to do sisters, but they're running out of them now because they brought back Gene Steel Cult and they were not high as in demand as sisters are. And they brought back Adeptus Mechanicus, which again weren't as in high demand as sisters were, but they brought them back. Necromunda's now a thing. They're bringing specialist games back slowly. There's only 2 games I'm really interested in from those, and that's
Epic and Battlefleet. Epic and Battlefleet.
Yeah, I want Night Lord's Fleet.
Titanicus is coming anyway, which was basically Epic, but this one's just with Titans.
Yeah, Adeptus Titanicus. And that's going to be focused on 30k Titans as well, because it's going to be 30k apparently that.
That should be fun.
It's kind of the same thing.
Sorry?
It's still kind of the same thing.
Still kind of the same thing, but don't expect 40k units like the Primaris and stuff to infiltrate onto.
The fucking Tyranids better come back, Jacob. Or I'm going to kill you. Tyranids better be an epic, Jacob, or you're dead. You're dead.
It's meant to
Did it? Did it? Did it? Yeah. 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 The thing goes. Well, we're on to our last topic, though, which is narrative campaign. Harry, do you want to give your update first, or do you want to give me my update first?
No, I'll do my update. So, Death Watch, the first squad's nearly done. Almost. I'm undoing them right now. Corvus isn't far behind. And then for the Tau and Admech one, I'm literally halfway through the Shield line, which is next to us. If I don't get the rest of my terrain done, I'm happy to continue until I do get the terrain done. But I've got some cool Tau terrain from Horizon Creation 3D. So it is 3D printed, so it just needs smoothing out a little bit, which you need to do with some acetone. So I need to grab some acetone.
Are you going to make some of your own Tau scenery as well? Like the clock stuff?
I want to, but I've looked for clocks, right? Because I used to use one clock as a land pad. I remember in the olden days when I used to use my homemade terrain. That clock was cool, right? And I've looked in B&M and Pound Stretch and everything, the right kind of shape clocks, and I just can't find the right shape one anywhere. So I would love to make some Tau terrain, but I can't find the right materials at the minute.
Making homemade terrain was generates from McDonald's cups and jumbo straws.
Oh, I've got loads down there. I just need to repaint it. It's all sprayed and based, but it's finding time to go back and touch it up.
Yeah.
I've really felt it this weekend, especially. Obviously, Lucy's birthday, we've been out all weekend and stuff, which obviously
Hello,
I really enjoyed going out, obviously, but it just really hit us between how busy I am at work, right? Because I work in finance, like there's no let up with the amount of work. You've just constantly got a crap ton to do, and I got held up at work today because I had so much stuff that I had to finish before I didn't have to stay back and do it, but if I went in the morning like, oh, I've got that to do as well, I wouldn't enjoy it, so I had to get it done and out of the way. Between working like that, doing the stream and painting on a Monday night, possibly going out on a Friday with Lucy, college on a Tuesday and Thursday with little bits of painting in there and editing.
Stop,
and then on a Saturday, Sunday, gaming one or the other day, I feel like I've got so little time to myself, and like I know college is important and I need to focus on that, and gaming does have to.
You need guys times.
I accept that, but I am so running around at the minute, despite even taking a break.
Surreal. That's That's amazing. That's actually amazing. That's pure amazing.
No, I don't know what just happened, so.
That's amazing. That was someone in the chat, Jacob, has basically commented on Harry's bald head, and basically said that Harry needs to sell advertising on his head.
Shut up, you, Samuel Tarley.
Comment that again, Harry, if you dare.
Samuel Tarley.
All right, okay, guys, thank you for coming to the stream. That's it for today. Harry's been a douche, and so we'll be going. The live stream is starting to die down now. I'm just gonna check. Yeah, my laptop's starting to overheat a bit, but we've got through everything on the agenda. Next Monday we'll be talking about the battle report that we did on Saturday, which is the Saturday coming. Yeah, and I think we're going to be doing a full sit-down video reviewing it, right?
With me?
Yeah, me and you.
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah. I will be doing some Tactica. I've just finished off my my carapace on the head of my Neurothrope right there. Just getting the hang of this flickering stuff. I need to do the brain, and then I can continue. So hopefully by that time you'll be seeing my fully painted Neurothrope in the new Highfleet colours, and maybe some other stuff as well. I'm hoping to bring a list where I could show off a lot of the stratagems, but also show off how I'm going to use my army. So yeah, how many points are we playing on Saturday, Harry?
How many do you want to play, Phil?
Well, well, you're bringing your Primaris, aren't you?
I want to, but I genuinely think that they haven't got enough weapons to do multiple damage to beat through your big monsters.
It's mainly because I don't know whether... I'm not bringing my Tyrannifexes because I know they're never going to get done. And my other two Exocrines, possibly, but I have no idea whether they're going to get done. So it's going to be a good mixture.
These guys fought, right? It's either going to be Eldar or Primaris Marines, which I'm not. You have to give it to me, Phil. They're not going to get played as Blood Angels.
Are they going to get played as?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. So, do you want to say Primaris played as one of the other chapters?
I want a classic game, Harry.
You what?
I want Blood Angels versus Tyranids.
You can't, because Blood Angels have got nothing.
Oh wait, no, that sort of clashes with our campaign though, doesn't it? So
exactly, Phil.
Well, bring the Primaris, Harry. Bring the Primaris. I'm going to be bringing a good mixture of Tyranids. Well, you don't have that. Have you got that good of a mixture for your Eldar, though, Harry?
I've got everything you saw the other day, plus loads more Wraith, another wave Serpent, I've got Vipers, I've got Wraith Lords.
Alright then, bring it. Bring the Eldar Primaris. Your pick. What are you going to pick? What's going to come? What's coming?
What to say? As soon as they comment, but we must be a couple of minutes behind on the delay.
Yeah, what do you guys want to see? Tyranids are not crap. Underdog. Do not say that. You're just saying that because you want something to be better for your army, but they're not. So that's right. That's right.
So yeah, Primaris Marines played not as Blood Angels or something else. Vander says wait.
Wait.
For what?
Wait for what? What do you guys want to? Jacob, what do you want to see?
Admech. Necrons, robots, give me scrap fucking metals.
No, it has to go up against Tyranids.
Spartan next week.
Damn, Daniel.
Eldar, that's a classic. He wants Eldar Yanden, Harry.
I want the cheese. No.
Want to do Eldar Yanden, Harry?
I'll do it.
Eldar Yanden.
I'm trying to think, because obviously Phil's doing his bugs. You'll have your codex by then, won't you?
Yeah, it's going to be out on that day.
So obviously, like any of the forces out of the question. Okay, so you're doing bugs. Harry doesn't do guard. Harry doesn't want to do blood angels. No Necrons, no Admech.
Someone said Yanden Eldar.
Nothing over normal Marines.
I'm trying to think, because obviously you got your dairy milk. Trying to think what else. He's got his towel. Bring your towel on, get the shots off, see what happens.
Do you want to do Yanden Eldar, Harry?
Either that or a Primaris, but if I go Primaris, then I don't know what chapter to use.
Do Primaris then?
Do Salamanders.
Either.
Do Salamanders.
And how many points you play?
How many points do you want to play? 2,500? Can that get all your Primaris in 2,500?
I want 4,000 points of Primaris.
You got 4k of Primaris.
Yes.
And you weren't starting a new army. What the
Hellblasters, 29 intercessors, 9 inceptors, all the current, 2 lieutenants, an ancient, 2 captains, a chaplain, an apothecary, a librarian.
Right, Harry, calm down.
A redemptor and a repulsor.
2,500. Can you do that?
Easy.
Alright. 2,500 of Salamanders versus Tyranids can be filmed on Saturday. When do you think it will come out, Harry?
Pending my good lady's judgment, hopefully Saturday night.
Hopefully Saturday night. Ooh. That's a good pendant on My Fair Lady. So we'll do like a Tyranid Codex review first.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the game.
The plan is, right? The plan is Lucy stays here because she stays here on a Friday night. I will pick Phil up from his on the way to GW, pick up his special edition Codex. We will get back and Lucy will stay here in case my Codex turns up. And then me and Phil will do the review whilst we set the armies up and everything and get the battle ready. And then go straight into the game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, for the rest of the night, I'm going to try and finish off these Squad of Death Watch. which it's a canny little squad I've got here, you know, Phil. So, well, I'll let Will Crawford pick them. Not Will Crawford, Will Galloway. Will's one of the Patreons, so I asked him, right, you can pick the Primaris Marines. What do you want? You've got one of 3 Terminators. There's obviously a biker in there. You've got one of 3 jump pack guys, and then you can pick 5 or 6 guys to go in. So, we've got the Salamander, we've got the White Scar biker, we've got the Salamander Terminator from Overkill. He then chose a Flesh Terror Combi Melter Storm Shield guy. He then chose a Iron Skulls Heavy Thunderhammer guy. He then chose the Black Templars Dual Lightning Claw guy, which is an old metal model, Phil. Check him out with his red claw.
Oh yeah, he looks good. I saw him the other day.
He then chose the Dark Angel from Overkill with the Power Sword and the Plasma Pistol. Which I need to do the glow on the Plasma Pistol. I've got to do that with the airbrush. We've then got the Blood Angel with the Hand Flamer. And we've then got a Space Wolf with a Xenophase Blade and Thunder Shield for F's sake, this keyboard. And then we've got Artisan. And then we watch Captain's also done as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm slowly plotting through these. And these will be the first guys that will appear in the narrative campaign. I'm slightly concerned though that these are quite combat heavy.
Yeah, you're gonna come right up to my very combat heavy Zine Charmy, yeah.
I would rather be shooty.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'd just rather have more shots. Like I'm missing a frag cannon, for example.
Well, I don't get it. My Zine Charmy is not good in combat.
Yeah, but I'd still rather have something to shoot with.
Alright. Makes sense. But you were saying that if we start filming the Demon one before the Codex is released, that Blood Angels are not going to be going alongside them like we originally said, because you don't want it to become obsolete so quickly.
Yeah, well, at least with Demons we know that after Christmas.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, I mean, which is perfectly, plausible and, reasonable. So you may be up for seeing some Grey Knights or some Primaris Marines, because we doubt the Primaris stuff's going to be changing.
Yep.
Well, actually, do you think they'll bring some new Primaris stuff out?
Nah.
I mean, it wouldn't be unlike GW to do that.
I don't think there'll be anything new.
Yeah.
I'm kind of expecting next year 40k wise for Emperor's Children, and once they've got all the codexes done, more expansions where they'll bring in the Lion and Russ.
I think the Lion will come in with the Space Wolf Codex.
Yeah, because apparently anything goes now these days.
Because we still got Tau, Necrons, Orcs. There was something else that was in my head. Tau, Necron, Orcs. Dark Eldar, yeah, that was the one that was in my head.
I'll be interested to see, because I'm interested in seeing if they'll just do Cabals, or if they'll actually introduce more specific rules for Cabals, as well as Homunculi, Covens.
See, I was having a discussion with Kyle in Games Workshop, right? Are they just going to go, right, here's 3 Cabals, here's 3 Witch Cults, and here's 3 Flesh Courts? That's 9 altogether.
Yeah.
How are they going to divvy them up?
There might just be inbuilt rules in like the unit saying that if you've got this unit next to this keyword unit, here's a buff and it feels fluffy, ta-da, have fun.
Ta-da, have fun.
Have fun. Well, that's the Games Workshop motto now. It's just, we've done this for you, ta-da, have fun.
Unless you give you a set of Witch Cult rules, set of Cabal rules, set of Flesh Cult rules, you can still take them in a multiple detachment, but only, like for example, you can still take Witches and Cabalites, and then Rax as your 3 troops choice, but just say Rax of the Flesh Court of the 13th only get benefits from. Do you know what I mean? It's basically like kind of like what mixed chapter tactics used to be before the FAQ it basically turned around where no everyone in the detachment has to have the same chapter.
Alright, yeah. Interesting. We are planning on possibly going down to One World on the 25th. To meet
Possibly.
up with Hellstorm. Hopefully we are. I really want to go down to One World.
Since we've been, Phil, we haven't been since May.
Yeah, I would love to go back down.
We usually go down every other month, don't we?
Yeah. I think it'd be quite nice to go back down.
See Tony?
Yeah, see Tony. Love him, my boy.
That battle report will be available next week, by the way.
Mandrakes, master of magic, spells and illusions.
Not that one.
What?
That one's already up.
I know.
Alright.
Master of magic, spells and illusions.
So yes, anyone who's still in the stream, if you would like to support the channel and get 1 week early access to battle reports, there will be a Tau and Raven Guard one available later tonight, which won't be available until next week. Tau and Raven Guard? I think Demons and Raven Guard. That'll be available on Patreon later tonight. And you can support us for as little as $1 a month, which of course helps go towards funding new projects, terrain, battle mats, and of course, webcam. I think that's about it, Phil.
That's about it, is it? Is it time to sign off? Is it time to sign off?
Salamander Primaris. I almost feel like I need to, not a woman, that I need to get me apothecary painted up by Saturday.
I love that apothecary. Favourite Primaris model so far, like.
I don't need that captain gun, and I've got my chaplain.
I do like the Primaris apothecary, like. My favourite models.
I love the chaplain, and I will be basing my Mephisto conversion on it. If Phil would be so kind to donate me some bat wings.
You can fuck off.
Yeah. Warcoggy, you have me a Raven Guard. Well, Warcoggy, if you're interested in seeing it, I'll be uploading it straight after this stream, and it will be available for a subscription of $1 per month to support us on Patreon. Obviously, the more you pledge, the more you can get, including specifically writing the army lists for the battle reports. So,
I'm tempted to donate a bit for that, just to write the worst list possible.
You're a bastard, Jacob. You're an asshole.
There'll be one person that'll come along, guaranteed. Give it time.
So, what's everyone doing for the rest of the night?
Pin.
Xbox.
Actually, I might go to bed.
Scrub talk, maybe. I gotta make me tea. That's a thought.
Might just hit the hair.
Well, I'm gonna probably watch Stranger Things.
I've been catching up on the DC stuff. I've been caught up on Gotham, Arrow, and Flash now. I just need to watch Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, what do you think of Professor Pig, Jacob?
I've caught up to Flash, and I've watched to the end of Series 3 of Gotham so far. I'm only halfway through Series 2 of Arrow.
Fair enough. Season 2 of Arrow's great. Gotham, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot more now with certain things happening. Obviously, I'm not spoiling it.
Spoiler.
I'm enjoying that a lot more. What else?
Star Trek Discovery.
I haven't watched that yet.
I want to, but I've heard mixed reviews on it because obviously
I think it's really good.
Is a die-hard Next Generation fan, and obviously I like Picard. And apparently, like if Picard, he was telling us, if Picard was on that bridge, he'd literally just walk in and say, "Right, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. We'll keep you because you seem to have some common sense."
Phil, on Saturday, right, my successor champion of the Salamanders, the Fire Angels, will be taking on your Tyranids.
Why?
Fire Angels.
Yeah, but I want to know why. Why would they be taking on my Tyranids?
Because we're doing a battle report.
No, but Harry, Fluff, Fluff.
No, there is no blood angels.
Fire angels have Mr. Mark.
Well, thank you guys for watching. And
Underdogs hating shit. #TYRANIDS.
hashtag nids. Hashtag send nids.
3 Primaris models left to go.
Hashtag send nids.
The chaplain and the apothecary.
Hey Harry,
Okay.
let's leave them on a cliffhanger.